Nigel Farage defended his decision to come out in support of holding a second Brexit referendum. The former UKIP leader said that after his meeting with EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier, he believes the European Union will never offer a good deal to the UK. Speaking on BBC Radio 4, he said, "I've accepted the possibility that it could happen. Of course I don't want one. We won a referendum and that should have been that. But I do not trust the sheer dishonesty of the political class." GETTYBrex latest, Farage explains why he backs a second referendum as EU will not offer a good deal. "Having met Mr. Barnier on Monday, I'm convinced that a decent deal will not be offered to the country, that the House of Commons and Lords will reject it, and the idea that in that circumstance we'll just crash out on WTO rules, I don't believe our political class will accept it, so I'm out of denial. I was in denial. I was saying, we won, it's all over. I have now got myself mentally ready for the possibility, as happened in Denmark and Ireland and other countries, that they'll make us vote again and we must be prepared. There are now more Tory rebels than there are Labour leaders. We don't have a Brexit majority." Nigel Farage. In an attempt to shift Mr. Farage's argument, Labour frontbencher Chuka Umunna claimed the reason Nigel Farage was now backtracking on his position is that it is clear what he promised Britons in the Leave campaign is not going to be delivered. Mr. Umunna said, "I think the Brexit that he believes that was sold to the British people is not transpiring to be delivered. His view is that a hard Brexit, a hard cut of all our ties with the European Union is the only way to do Brexit properly. I'd argue that the Brexit people were sold entailed huge extra investments to the public services, that famous £350,000 extra per week to the NHS. Nobody thought there was going to be a big Brexit divorce bill and that we'd get the exact same economic benefits. That clearly is not going to happen." Friday, June 3, 2016. Nigel Farage holds up his British passport during the debate. Mr. Farage snapped back, "What I am arguing is not at all what Chuka just said. What I'm arguing is that people like him who stood in the general election on a manifesto that said, we will respect the referendum, we will come out of the European Union, the single market, all of the Labour manifesto, they will go against that, they will reject the deal. I fear both houses of Parliament forcing a second referendum. There are now more Tory rebels than there are Labour leaders. We don't have a Brexit majority in Parliament." Speaking on Channel 5's Right Stuff, Nigel Farage also claimed that a second referendum would be the only way to put to bed the ridiculous anti-Brexit arguments from Remainers like Tony Blair and Lord Adonis.